So I'm looking at part D with asking for the expected value. And by the way, if you didn't watch the other video I've already posted of parts A through C, I apologize in advance because I'm making this during the day while my kids are awake, and that's a terrible mistake. And you're going to hear them being loud because they're children, and sorry. So anyway, it asks for the expected value. Remember, that's the exact same thing as me asking what is the mean of this probability distribution. So the formula for the mean of a probability distribution says to take the sum of every x value times the probability of that particular x value, which means my work would be, I'm going to take this x value times its probability plus this x value times its probability, plus I will continue doing this process until I get to the last possible x value and its probability. That is not awful to calculate by hand, but remember your calculator will do it for you. So let me see if I can get this showing properly. So I have this entered into my calculator, and then I'm going to push stat. I want to calculate one variable stats, but I'm going to tell my calculator that my frequency list is in L2, so second number 2. And then I'm going to hit calculate. So at the very top I see x bar equals 1.75. That is my expected value, 1.75. And then I'm going to use the exact same data to find my variance. Now I have to know my mean before I can find my variance, because the variance is the sum of every x value minus the mean. You square that difference and multiply by the respective probability of that x value. So my work is going to be that I'm going to take 0 minus the mean. I'm going to square it. I know. And then I'm going to multiply by the probability. Plus, I'm going to take my next x value minus the mean. I'm going to square it. I'm going to multiply by that probability. And dot, 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 that'll go on for a while, plus last possible x value minus the correct answer for the mean, square it, times my probability. Again, this is going to be my variance. When I want my standard deviation of the random variable x, it is the exact same thing as what I just did. It's still this summation that I have here, so duplicate. However, the only difference is once I get that number, it will be, not that, once I get that number, it will be square rooted. So it's just the squared of what I got. Now the nice thing is the standard deviation is calculated for you. So that screen where I ran my 1-bar stats with the probabilities as my frequency list, I see 1.909-ish, actually 1.910-ish. That would be my standard deviation of my random variable x. That is the lowercase sigma of x. So I'm going to just have 1.9. I'm going to put in a lot of decimals because I have to round that. So that means if I want my variance to have any degree of accuracy, it's just that number squared. There is a much more precise way to have your calculator do it. We didn't do it in class because it's really not worth the effort, to the best of my knowledge. So when I square it, I get about like 3.6-ish. If I wanted to know more precisely, I could actually type that in to figure out what I get, but this is going to be good enough.